Apollo space program never happened. Man cannot survive the radiation of space. And what we pretended to send them into space inside of, or get out and walk upon the moon in the full glare of all of the radiation of space, cosmic rays, X-rays, the solar wind from the sun, and all of these other things, man just simply could not exist. Couldn't possibly survive at all. Period. End of subject. That's it. But you see, people don't want to believe that because well, what do you mean? They couldn't survive in all the radiation. We know they went to the moon. How do you know that? Well, I saw it on television. Really? I mean, you also saw Good Times on television. Do you believe that, there's really a family like that? And you saw Sanford and Son. You saw Lucille Ball show on television. You saw, here's a real good one. You saw Star Wars on television, didn't you? Yeah. Well, do you believe that it was? Oh no, that wasn't real. How do you know? Well, because I read a magazine article that it was made in Hollywood. But if you never read the magazine article, would you believe that it was real? Well, that's an interesting question. I don't really know. It was very convincing. I mean, all of the characters look real to me. But I saw the Apollo space program. I was watching when they landed on the moon. Oh, my goodness gracious. Isn't it incredible how absolutely gullible we are? You see, if you watched it on television, it couldn't possibly have not occurred. Even in the face of all of the evidence that proves that it could not have occurred, people were still saying, well, I saw it on television, so I know it really happened. Really? Yes, really. I thought it, why would they lie to us? Well, that's a good question. And that's a question that deserves, why would they lie to us? Well, if you read the report from Ryan Martin, they'll tell you right in there why they would lie to us. Also, John Lewis said it way back in 1917 to the Japanese imperial delegation at a dinner in New York 17. In New York City, I should say. In 1917, he said, the best way to unite all humanity in one world government and do away with wars forever would be if we were attacked by some of the species from some of the planet. That's what he said. I didn't make it up. And, but before you can get a lot of people to believe that there are other species from other planets are visiting this Earth, when we are such an advanced civilization according to our own standards, how in the world could they possibly get here from the nearest star systems, which are like several light years away, which means that they would have to travel, for instance, if it's 4 light years away, they would have to travel at 186,000 miles per second squared. For 1 year, for 4 years, to get here. Now, let's say it was just 186,000 miles per hour. How long would it take them at the distance
from the distance of the nearest star. It would take them, way beyond their lifetimes. That's why they express distances between stars in light years. It takes a year for light to get from point A to point B. If it takes 4 light years for light to get from our nearest star to our solar system, that's traveling at the speed of light for 4 years to get here. Now, for people to begin to comprehend this, and even to start to believe that extraterrestrials could travel across this great expanse and get here, you would have to answer the question, and here's the question: at our stage of development, with all the technology we have, if extraterrestrials could travel across the universe, how come we can't even get to our own moon? Well, and when people actually thought that we got to our own moon and believed that we were there, didn't it make the world seem a lot smaller? And didn't the pictures of the so-called pictures of the Earth from the moon, didn't the so-called pictures of the Earth from the moon, does it look like we lived in a very tiny little place? And wasn't that during the time that air travel was bringing the world closer and closer together? And the United Nations was clamoring for more information and influence over the affairs of sovereign nations, which they're now exercising pretty much. And so man started looking around and saying, gee, who speaks for planet Earth? Iraq? Saddam Hussein? Come on, guys. There's lots of reasons why they would want to pull this off. And I will tell you, they pulled it off. They really did. And we're going to put together some videos that are going to just blow your mind away. And once again, I want to tell you, if you're working for NASA, find another job. You're history. You're down the tubes, because we have finally got the definitive proof. Yep, we can now purchase a NASA video. And I can stand in front of a video camera with a shrink-wrapped NASA video right straight from the source, open it right in front of your very eyes, shove it in a VCR, and show you that video exactly how it came to us, and then play it again and show you what we can bring out of the background of the video that you never even dreamed was there.